Okay, kind of a mundane auction, and probably not much reason not to lead fourth best from our club suit here, especially since we have a couple of sure entries, right? Okay, so trick one to the king of clubs. Declare leads the two of diamonds, and what we should be asking ourselves is, should we duck this trick or take it? And if we take it, what should we play at trick three? So we got a possible two-parter. Obviously, if you want to duck it, you don't have to think about what you play at trick three. But for those who want to take it, that's an extra thing to think about. Any thoughts from the gallery? Okay, we got a vote for the duck. I like Maggie because she always lets me know that I'm not the only person here talking to myself. Okay, so partner, so Maggie wants a spade from the other side of the table through declares possible king, and if partner can win this trick, then we might get it. Yay, okay, there's Mike and there's Isabel and etc. Okay, all right, I feel better.
Everybody feel free to chat their
okay,
answers at the table.
Win and lead a high club to signal for a spade return. Okay, so the high club, as we talked about before, usually we lead a low card when we hope partner wins the trick and we want partner to return the same suit we're leading, and we lead a high card when we want partner to find a different suit to lead. And looking at that dummy, hopefully if partner gets in, the suit the partner will find is spades. Okay. So how many tricks does declare have at this point? How many tricks can we count declare for? Yeah, if partner had a club higher than the 10, we would have seen it at trick one, right? So we can give South the ace, king, queen of clubs. South's being a little bit tricky, winning with the king. Maybe, trying to get us to think that South also, or that partner has the queen, but we know better because partner would have played the queen. By the way, the ace here, we don't see South's hand, but we know that South has the ace, king, queen of clubs, right? The ace of clubs is not generally a good false card. We'll switch from declare play to, we'll switch from defense to declare play just for a second here. So why is the ace not a really good false card? If South wanted to convince us that partner's 10 was like forcing the ace. Well, the answer to that is if declare had the ace empty of clubs, right? The ace was declare's only good club card. Most of the time, declare is going to duck the ace of clubs for a couple of rounds, right? To try to exhaust probably east of clubs, right? But declare with king empty, declare couldn't afford to duck the king, because if partner held the trick with the 10, partner would return a club right through declare's king. So if you think about the two holdings declare might have, ace nothing and king nothing, with the ace, South would be much more likely to hold up, especially since here South is giving up the lead at trick 2. Obviously South knows that, that we have the ace of diamonds, or partner has the ace of diamonds. But with king nothing, declare might not like it, but he might have to win that first trick. So the ace of clubs at trick 1 is not going to ever convince good defenders that you don't have other high cards, but the king might. But in this case, we have the jack, so we know that if partner had like the queen 10 something or other, partner's going to play a third hand high. So partner's card tells us declare has all the good clubs. Okay, and that's a pretty ugly doubleton. The jack 10 of hearts tells us that that fourth heart and dummy, the 9, is going to be good, and certainly the 5th. So yeah, 8 tricks. Ace, king, queen, 5th of hearts is going to score 5 tricks, and we know that declare has 3 club tricks. That means that if partner doesn't have the king of diamonds, then by ducking, we're giving declare the contract, right? That's declare's ninth trick. And for those who are new to these sessions, we're always generally assuming that this is an imp game or a team game where the focus is setting the contract, unless specified otherwise, which I haven't done, but I will do today on a later hand. We're going to play some match points. So if we duck, we're putting all of our hope of setting the contract on partner having the king of diamonds. Now, if declare has the 9 points that we're talking about, the ace, king, queen of clubs, and obviously nothing in hearts, we can see all the heart cards. Declare can't have both the king of diamonds and the king of spades, because the 1 no trump rebid is a balanced hand. Both of those kings would bring declare up to 15, and then we would have seen an opening bid of 1 no trump. Right? So partner is going to have either the king of spades or the king of diamonds. It's actually best here to win the ace of diamonds and then to play partner for the king of spades. But why is that better than hoping partner has the king of diamonds? It could be wrong, but it is better. Couple of reasons that we want to hope that partner has the king of spades. The first is, if you're playing standard bidding, where at least standard in most parts of, let's say, North America, most of the time in the minors, you're going to open 1 diamond if you're 4-4, and you're going to open 1 club with 3-3. Not everybody does that, but that's probably the norm. If that's your agreement, then on this auction, South is going to have at least 4 diamonds. The only time that South would have 3 diamonds would be if South is 4-4-3-2. But South can't be 4-4-3-2 because South didn't raise hearts. And that's a good inference if you've never thought about it, whether you're considering the opponent's bidding or even your partner's bidding. When somebody opens a diamond playing this structure, which again is pretty standard, if somebody opens a diamond and then doesn't support a major from partner, then that person has at least 4 diamonds. But we know declare has at most 3 spades, right? So declare definitely has more diamonds than spades, possibly a couple more diamonds than spades. And that means that a random king is more likely to be in declare's longer suit, the diamonds. Declare may be trying to set up diamonds, or maybe just trying to steal a ninth trick, right? Because if Declare gets one diamond, Declare can just grab the hearts and the clubs and run for the hills. Declare doesn't have to risk the spade continuation setting. Okay, so one reason that we'd rather play partner for the spade is that we have a slight inference based on probability. Declare has more diamonds than spades, therefore more likely to have the king of diamonds than the king of spades. The other reason goes back to something we talked about 2 weeks ago, for those of you who were here, which I can't remember who coined the phrase, but it was called the principle of minimal help. If partner has the king of diamonds, if we duck this trick, or even if we win the ace and then lead a diamond to partner's king, if partner has the king of diamonds, partner won't have the king of spades. And even if we're right in giving partner the king of diamonds, that might not be enough to set the contract. If Declare has, like, let's say king 10 third of spades, partner can lead through the king of spades, but we can't continue the suit profitably anyway. So the king of diamonds in partner's hand and one lead through Declare's presumed king isn't going to be enough. But what if partner has the king of spades? Well, we know Declare has at most 3 spades, right? So we can lay down the ace, we can capture the ace of diamonds here, trick 2. We lay down the ace, queen of spades. The 3rd spade goes to partner's king, and Declare's last spade falls, right? And the 13th spade has to be in partner's hand. So if partner has the king of spades, we get 4 spade tricks to go with our ace of diamonds. The hand is set. So partner's more likely to have the king of spades than the king of diamonds, and also the king of spades by itself in partner's hand is enough to set the contract. Could be wrong. Partner might have the magic spade holding plus the king of diamonds. We might be able to set the hand the other way, but definitely the percentages here are going to be to hope for the king of spades in partner's hand. And if partner has the king of spades, we don't have to be scared by this ace queen, right? Which, yeah, in a perfect world, partner would lead through and we'd never, blow a spade trick by attacking it from our side. But if partner has the king of spades and we know partner has something and we need partner to have something, then it's perfectly safe, even from this ugly holding, to start with the ace and the queen and not wait for partner to get in and lead it. Because if partner doesn't have the king of diamonds and we duck, the hand's over. Declare's got 9 tricks. I think of those 2 considerations that I mentioned, the most important one is the idea or the principle of minimal help. The king of spades by itself is enough. The king of diamonds is not. Does that make sense, everybody? I got a really, really cute hand coming later if I talk faster. Okay, so we claim, so we can bring in the new next victim. And we got to show east on this one. Oh, now this is nice. Okay. However, one spin, one depends on your system. For some people, that's true. So there's a point made. Some people will rebid one no trump with 4 spades. Others will not. And yeah, I see Jack is in England, so it may be the more common thing to rebid a no trump in England, even with 4 spades. And a lot of bidding inferences are regional, and so I point them out when I'm aware of them. Well, so Jack, you're saying that in your system, or in the system of people you commonly play against, even with 4 spades, South will rebid one no trump, right? Okay. Probably more common, at least around here where I played, that people will rebid a 4-card spade suit. They won't. South will not skip over a 4-card spade suit to rebid one no trump. Some Souths will, but that's definitely the less common option. But yeah, as Jack points out, bidding is definitely not the same everywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, it depends where you play, and maybe it's also more common in team games, right? In a pair game, you're gonna miss a 4-4 spade fit bidding that way, which at match points can be really, really important. That's why there was a book called Match Point. Yeah, Walsh, which is right. There's a book, Match Point Precision, that kind of had a problem because a lot of 4-4 majors were missed. Yeah, I don't know how common the Walsh stuff is now, though. And again, probably depends a lot where you are. Okay, let's get this on the table. Okay. Got a really straightforward auction this time. This is one of those great hands where it may seem like a guess at the club, but there's always that pair or those couple of pairs that always seem to get those 50-50 decisions right. So let us look. Partner actually leads our ace-king suit, which is nice. Okay, trick 3. A third heart or a club. And spoiler alert, spade and diamond, neither of those is a winning option. Partner's got a heart honor, so third heart may be cashing, may be right. We don't know if it's the queen or the jack. We don't know if South has another heart, or partner might have the ace of clubs. All right, we got a couple votes for a club. Club, club, club. All right. Okay, now the people who are voting for a club, which so far is everybody, is that because due to the preempt, you're worried about a third heart getting roughed, or because you expect Declare to have the queen of hearts, or what? Yeah, there's so definitely when Declare gets in, we're done, right? Declare's going to draw trump, run the spades. But if let's say Declare has, there's 2 hearts missing, right? So let's say partner has the queen and Declare has the jack of hearts, a third heart would cash. And if we play a club, maybe Declare is voiding clubs, or maybe Declare has the ace. So why are you worried about a club getting pitched on the spade and not worried about a third heart getting pitched on the spade? Is that because, the preempt, Declare probably doesn't have 3 hearts, or for some other reason? Partner had, if West had the queen, jack. Yeah, West should not have the queen and the jack of hearts, but, and that means that South should have a heart left, right? But is South's heart the queen and partner's heart the jack, or vice versa? Okay, so here's what happened in real life. So those of you who wanted to return a club are right, but you're right on this hand, but you're right for the wrong reason. And here's why. Let's say switch the queen and jack of hearts, but give South a club void or the ace of clubs. Well, now you would have to play a third heart, right? So let's look at this from, oh, where'd that come from? There we go. West actually is at fault here, even though East didn't play a club. And here's why. So let's think about this from West's point of view and not East's. Okay, you're West. What do you know at trick one? Partner has the ace of hearts. Declared didn't win the ace of hearts. Partner doesn't have the queen of hearts. Yes. Yes. Declare would have played the ace of hearts and partner would have played the queen of hearts. Okay, perfect. So declare cash, or I'm sorry, partner cashes that ace of hearts. We know that declare has another heart and we know it's a queen. But partner does not know that declare has the queen. It's possible that declare doesn't have club losers. Now, in this case, we have the ace of clubs, right? But South could have a void in clubs. South's got 7 diamonds, 3 hearts, might have 3 spades and no clubs, for all we know, right? It's if you just if you think about where are our third tricks going to come from, they could come on any given hand from 3 hearts or from 2 hearts and a club. But we know that there's no third heart trick, right? We need to let partner know that. And West should have played the jack of hearts. Jack of hearts isn't going to win the trick. It's our last heart and declare has the queen. If the first 2 tricks had gone like this, East would know for sure that we don't have a third heart trick coming. As somebody said the first time we ran this with the oh yeah, it's still, as Makiko said, if West had the queen jack of hearts, West would have led the club. Or, I'm sorry, would have led the queen. So if we pitch the jack of hearts here at trick 2, East is going to know that declare has the queen, and East is going to play the club as the only chance. When we actually play the 9, when we could have played the jack from this holding and we didn't, when we play the 9 of hearts here, East should actually assume that we still have the queen. Why are we keeping the jack? And East's point of view now, since West has the queen and didn't lead it, declarer must have the jack. Declarer must have started with jack third. The way the actual hand went, right? Ace 10, 9, 6. East should have assumed that we have the queen and declare has the jack, and a third heart is actually the correct play. Now, on the actual hand, it blows the contract, but it blows the contract because West played the wrong card. West should have played the jack and not the 9. Does that make sense? That's a little step up. Now, if you're just playing the odds, if we're not drawing any inferences from partners carding, then I definitely agree that the club is more likely to be, to be right. You're expecting like declare to have 3 losers with 7 trump, less likely distribution, et cetera, But if West signals appropriately, and if we can think about what those cards mean and why West did or failed to do something, then we can actually make this a 100%. So with Queen Jack 2 to start with against a suit contract, West should play the queen. West should definitely, against a suit contract, West should not lead the 2 from Queen Jack 2. Or against a no trump contract. Now, if declarer has the Queen of Hearts and the Ace of Clubs, or the Queen of Hearts and a club void, then we can't set the hand anyway. Doesn't matter, right? So we have to hope that our third trick is going to be either a third heart or the Ace of Clubs, but West can definitely help East make an informed decision and not a guess. Okay, so let's see, what do we got coming up? All 4 hands. Okay, so this is a cool one. I like this one. This is why you get to see all 4 hands. Okay. Three clubs is regular Stayman. 4 clubs is as a form of key card Gerber. 5 clubs shows 3 key cards, either 3 aces or 2 aces and the king of spades. Okay, 6 spades. And looking at all 4 hands, it probably doesn't look great for the defense. And we're actually going to see this hand make on pretty routine play. Okay, so East-West are leading 4th best. Declare grabs the ace. And Declare starts drawing trump. And guess what Declare starts doing next? If you're thinking to yourself, take a whole bunch of club tricks, you are right. And there goes Declare's diamond loser. And got a singleton and dummy. Declare's out of diamonds. And Declare pitches dummy's diamond. And Declare roughs the heart. Making 6. Club game, assuming North-South get to 6, which they might not do, missing an ace and a king. But, 8 points and a singleton and a fit, maybe North gets you there. Probably a pretty normal result. So why am I showing you that? Okay, everybody remembers more or less what happened? Here's what happened in real life in the World Championship. Oh, sorry, I guess I have to bid again. Let's do it this way this time. Same auction, so we'll simplify it. Okay, you are the defense. How many tricks does Declare have at this point that we know about? Should be 5 spade tricks, right? Declare's drawn 3 rounds of trump, and those last 2 trump can be scored separately. In other words, take a rough in one hand for the 4th trump trick, and you still got 1 in the other hand. 5 spade tricks, 5 club tricks is 10, and South has already won the ace of diamonds. So Declare has at least 11 tricks. Now, if you're East, you know that you have the high diamond, you have the high heart, you know that it's exactly 11. If you're West, you know it's at least 11, right? Okay. And Mike gave us the punchline. East was Jim Jacoby, son of Oswald Jacoby of Jacoby Transfers and Jacoby 2 No Trump and Jacoby Everything Else. And this hand was actually played in a World Championship match. And Jim Jacoby knew that since Declare has 11 tricks, grabbing the ace of hearts is going to give Declare his 12th trick with the king of hearts. Unless partner has it, in which case it's safe to duck the heart anyway. So Jim Jacoby played the 9 of hearts. If Declare plays the king and loses to West's ace of hearts, Declare is not going to have enough tricks. He's got 2 losing diamonds and he'd have 2 losing hearts in his hand. He's got one rough anyway. So if you can visualize this, let's say we play the king, and let's say West has the ace. If West then plays a heart, he'd have to rough and dummy, he'd have to rough his losing diamond, and he'd still lose a trick to the queen of hearts. So South actually has a guess here. If South plays the jack and it forces the ace, or if South plays the king and it wins, South will make the hand. But either the king or the jack could also be the wrong play. If the king loses to the ace, or if the jack loses to the queen, then South's going to go down. So by playing low, Jim Jacoby knew that, first of all, knew that it was safe, because playing the ace gives away the contract anyway. And he was pretty sure, based on the auction, that, pretty sure meaning like almost 100% sure, that South had the king of hearts. But because, you know, top players usually don't voluntarily bid slams missing the ace king of a suit, right? But it was still possible that his partner had the queen of hearts. And so playing low gives South a guess. And when you give your opponents a guess, sometimes they're going to guess wrong. And that's what happened here. South actually played the jack. Not a bad play, and probably partly based on the reasoning that East might have taken the ace if he had it. Now, did Jim Jacoby, sitting East, work all this out when the four of hearts was led? No, because if you sit there for a minute and then you play the 9, South plays the king, because the only thing you could be thinking about is whether or not you should grab your ace, right? But once partners showed out on that club trick, then Jim Jacoby probably started thinking, okay, 5 spades, 5 clubs is 10, already won a trick is 11. The king of hearts is going to be the 12th trick. Sooner or later, a heart's going to come off dummy, and I'm going to play low. So I don't think that he rushed it, because that could be a giveaway also, but I'm pretty sure he played that 9 of hearts as though he had 3 hearts to the queen or the 10 and nothing else to think about. So jack of hearts lost to the queen. I don't actually know which card West played here, but it doesn't really matter. Queen of diamonds has to be roughed. And then the hearts are both losers, right? So a heart has to be roughed. And the contract goes down with the king of diamonds. So they actually, in real life, did set this hand. But notice that the way that they set the hand is the same way that all the hands were leading up to, not all of them, right? But especially last session 2 weeks ago, when we were talking about counting tricks. That's all it came down to. The Claire's got 11 tricks. If I grab the ace in front of him, the king of hearts is going to be the 12th trick, so I'm not going to do that. Didn't have to work. Maybe it might have given him, you know, an over trick, but when you're defending a slam, that's less important, right? But it wasn't magic. It just came down to counting Declare's tricks. Now it does tie into something I will tell you that I have learned the hard way and still fall victim to, but see very, very often. Here is my rule of defense, which I will give you the caveat that you always have to consider the characteristics of a particular hand. But that being said, here's my rule of defense. Ready? Way, way, way more tricks are lost by grabbing aces too soon than by ducking them. You remember that hand where you didn't take your ace, and then when the hand was over, they made one more trick than everybody else, and you had the ace of whatevers and you didn't cash it, and that sticks with you and you remember it, right? And then you don't see all those hands that you gave away an extra trick because you took your ace too soon. The first time I actually sat and watched really world-class play was at the Grand National teams in Chicago in 1998. I was friends with a couple of guys who made the final, and I kibitzed like the semifinals and the finals. it was a great experience. But one thing that really struck me was how often all the players chose not to win tricks that they could have. Some of the stuff that was, and not just here, like in second hand low, right? But even in third seat, even in fourth seat. The one thing that really made an impression on me was just how many tricks were ducked that could have been won. Now I know that they're counting tricks, and they're realizing that, okay, this winner can't go away. But it was very instructive, and definitely watching. I will. It could be a hand like this where not playing the ace gives declare a guess. On another hand, it could be you have the ace in front of the king queen, and if you grab the ace, then declare gets the king and the queen. But later, if you duck, declare plays the king or the queen, but maybe has to lead the second one out of his hand, and you get your trick back that way. Or maybe declare has to waste an entry to lead up to the queen again, and so we can't do something else like take a winning finesse. There's a lot of ways in which not winning tricks that you could have won pays off in the long run. So just consider it. I'm not telling you, never take your aces, but the more, if you have this idea in mind, you will notice from time to time just a lot of tricks or a lot of hands that end up worse or end up one trick short, and it actually came from taking a trick. It's really counterintuitive because, again, the pain of having an ace and not getting a trick with it tends to be much more noticeable. Okay, yeah, I like that hand a lot, Babs. Okay, so this is our pair game hand where every trick counts. And and we are west. Okay, and the question is, on this auction against two no trump, what should we lead? No, I'm kidding. If you don't want to lead the queen of diamonds, you're thinking way too hard. That was a joke. Okay, so our choices are to, again, duck a spade or take the ace of spades. If you want to take the ace of spades, then you should have a plan for what you want to do at trick 3. Now, I will say in this situation, obviously, well, probably at least, declare is going to keep playing spades. And sooner or later the ace of spades is going to come out. So possible reasons for ducking would be when partner runs out, partner may give a useful signal, or if we take the ace of spades when South is out of spades, then we're going to force South to do something to get back to dummy. South probably has plenty of entries in hearts. Okay, partner has about 8 points. Now, here's one thing you should be thinking about. And that is, what system are north-south playing? That one no trump could be 6 to 9, playing standard American without one no trump forcing. If you're playing 2/1, or if you're playing standard American with the addition of one no trump forcing, then the initial one no trump bid could go up to a good 11 or even a bad 12 points. So north-south are playing standard American, one no trump is not forcing. One no trump showed 6-9. Okay, but it wasn't raised to 3. So one no trump showed 6-9, but the pass of 2 no trump is going to further narrow that range down, right? Because north knows that partner had 6-9 points and still invited game, and we can see why, right? North has a great hand, 17. South didn't go on. Now 6-9 is a nice 4-point range, so unless South is, has some compelling reason to either upgrade or downgrade the hand, more specifically at this point, because of the pass, as Maggie points out, we can revise that. It should be 6 or 7. Now, I'm going to say it doesn't really matter too much when we take the ace of spades. Although, again, partner might give us a useful signal. Okay, South has 7 points in diamonds. Yeah, what diamond did our partner play at trick 1? Yeah, East played the 2 of diamonds. Almost certainly would have found a better diamond to play with, would have taken the ace with the ace, probably, right? And if nothing else, would have played a higher diamond than a 2. Okay, so South has 7 points in diamonds, is unlikely to have much more. A single raise could be up to a bad 10, so, maybe, but again, passing is going to be really, really limited in terms of high card points, right? South basically scraped up one no trump response, couldn't go on. But it is a pair game. So we don't, we don't necessarily have to set the hand to get a good score. Sometimes it's about over tricks, et cetera, et cetera. So when we take the ace of spades, the question is going to be, are we going to play a club from King Doubleton, or are we going to continue diamonds? That's basically what it comes down to. Okay. Well, and sometimes they do, right? Again, imps, at imps, you're always trying to set the contract. Sometimes you can't. And it's, getting a decent score is all about not giving up over tricks. Now, how many tricks do we know for sure that they have? Well, they got 5 tricks off the top. Ace, king of diamonds, and 3 hearts. And once we give up the lead, they're going to have a whole bunch of spade tricks. Yeah, if you're thinking in terms of eventual tricks, they've got 9, right? 4 spades, 3 hearts, 2 diamonds. But pair games over tricks are important, or potentially important. So partners definitely got the ace of clubs, right? We know Declare has 7 points in diamonds. Definitely Declare does not have the ace of clubs. There's a good chance that Declare doesn't even have the jack of clubs, because with 8 high card points on this auction, South might very well go to 3. Especially with the ace king, right? Aces and kings are good are good points. Yeah, we can, you know, we can duck a spade and it's not going to change much. And Jack wants to play the king of clubs. And it actually is possible to set the hand if you're willing to switch to the king of clubs. Now, partner needs to have the jack and also needs to have 5 clubs, which partner might not have, right? Sometimes, you know, sometimes the hand just can't be set. But here's the reason I present this hand is that this is a hand where most of the time what's going to happen at most tables in a typical club game is sooner or later West is going to win that spade, play a second diamond, and sit back and wait for the king of clubs because it looks scary to lead from king doubleton. The passive defense of continuing diamonds sets up 2 diamond tricks. You definitely have the king of clubs when declare runs out of club tricks. But as we pointed out, right, that gives up 9 tricks for sure. If we think about the auction and we think about what declare has shown, the king of diamonds, and what we know declare has because of partner's signal, or because a partner didn't win trick 1, right, the ace of diamonds, once we know that partner has the ace of clubs, then it becomes much less scary to lead the king of clubs. And now, even though it's a pair game, we can actually hope that we can set the hand. Or even if, let's say, partner only had 4 clubs, we would still get the ace of spades and 4 club tricks, and we'd hold declare to 2. Whereas, if, as we've seen, right, continuing diamonds gives up 9 tricks. So we would, if partner had a 4-card club suit, we'd still be taking away the over trick. So if you're not doing it habitually, you definitely want to think about the auction, especially auctions where one side or the other bids some number of no trump, because those auctions to be more narrowly limited, and put declare on at least a tentative range of points, and from that range, you can you can assign, once dummy comes down, you can assign partner a range of points as well. Declare doesn't have the ace of clubs. Declare is also unlikely, although it's possible, but unlikely to have the jack of clubs, and that makes the playing the king, I think, definitely a standout. A lot of times people, yeah, exactly right. Or if partner had like king third, at the very least, partner's going to encourage and not play to 2, right? Even if partner doesn't overtake. You're definitely not going to see the 2 of diamonds if partner has anything in diamonds. Know what a lot of times people do, you know, can I get a review of the bidding? And they pay attention to what suits were bid, but are you really forcing yourself to stay engaged, to think about how many points the auction showed, and then from that, thinking about, you know, how many cards partners likely have. You can't always tell, you know, with every jack, but certainly the aces and kings, you can say, okay, I'm missing 3 of the big cards on the auction. Declare probably has 2 of them, so partner's got an ace or a king somewhere. Can we set the hand if partner has the king of spades? Can we set the hand if partner has the ace of hearts? That's going back to that principle of minimal help, right? Partner has one high card. Which one is going to let us set the hand? That sort of thinking. And it's really just a couple of extra steps. It's just kind of, you know, nobody stands behind you and rings a bell and tells you, okay, this is the hand where your decision really matters a lot. Okay, let's get one for the road. And now we're back to imps. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so we lead away from the king because sometimes that's right. Or West led away from the king. Claire starts drawing trump. Okay, so first question is not going to be what do we do, but what's going on? We've seen some cards and some cards we haven't. What is going on as far as the cards that we haven't seen or yeah, shouldn't say don't know about because sometimes you do know about certain cards. But as far as the cards we haven't seen, what's going on? Okay, partner probably has the ace of clubs. And you're right, partner does have the ace of clubs. Probably, certainly, but does he have the jack? Okay, so let's start with the ones that we know about. Yeah, no, you're right. Partner has the ace of clubs, but let's as my math teachers used to say, let's show our work and talk about why we know that partner has the ace of clubs. So what's the first clue that we have about East's hand? Okay, good. First clue we have is the auction. And in the auction, like the last hand, South turned down an invitation. And the method of scoring is useful actually in two ways, right? So one thing we've talked about is when you're playing imps, you know that you're always trying to set the contract if it's at all possible. But the fact that we're playing imps here helps us a second way also. What's the vulnerability? Yeah, the bidding of South. North, South are vulnerable. Presumably, they also know that they're playing imps. And that means that South is going to bid game pretty aggressively if South is a good player, because good players know that the risk reward calculus favors bidding games aggressively at imps, especially when you're vulnerable. In fact, if you're only 40% likely to make a game, you should be there at imps. So the first thing we know is that even though we're playing imps, even though there's a vulnerable game possible, even though North invited game, even though they have a major suit fit, South still didn't bid game. And that tells us that South's response, South's one heart response was pretty minimal. Okay, how did the first spade trick go? We played small, dummy played small, partner played. The queen, and Declare won the ace. So Declare has the ace of spades and the jack of spades. And then Declare started drawing trump and partner's queen dropped, right? And partner should be playing those trumps up the line. So declare should have 5 hearts. And not only the ace jack of spades, but also the jack of hearts. So 6 high card points, a known 9 card fit, and at least a doubleton. Because if you have a 5 card suit, you have to have at least a doubleton somewhere. So there's at least 1 point in distributional values that South has. If you're playing imps and you're vulnerable, 9 card fit, a doubleton, much more than 6 points or anything more than 6 points, South is got to be pretty close to broke. Outside of the 2 jacks that we still know about that we haven't seen yet, right? The jack of spades, jack of hearts. Yeah. Now we have only one trick, right? So now let's think about our burden at imp scoring, which is how are we going to come up with enough tricks to set the hand? No tricks available in dummy, right? The ace and king just got played. We're looking at the queen jack 10. We get the king of spades because declare has at least the jack left. There's a spade in South's hand that we know about, but dummy has a singleton. So we got 1 trick. King of spades is 2. We're not getting any tricks in the red suits. So if we're going to set this hand, if it's possible, and again at imps, we want to, what are we going to do now? Okay, don't know which club to lead. Yeah. So there's 2. We know the partner has the ace of clubs. We got to hope for the jack, but there's a good chance partner has the jack. And even then, okay, problem with leading diamonds is that declare might not have too many of them, and dummy could pitch losers, right? Dummy might cash the queen jack 10 of diamonds. Notice that we started with a lot of diamonds, and so did dummy. So declare could pitch some of those clubs on the diamonds. If declare didn't have that threatening diamond suit in dummy, and this goes back to our earliest session or two for those of you who have been here, right? Then a passive defense might be indicated. We might say, hey, you do your thing in clubs. I'm just going to give you what you have coming. But if it goes queen jack 10 and declare pitches a couple clubs, then we're going to lose the chance to get club tricks. That 9 in dummy, unfortunately, that 9 of clubs is kind of threatening. So if we lead small, we would like partner to have not only ace jack, but also the 10, because again, we need 3 club tricks, right? We've gotten 1 trick. We know we got the king of spades. We just don't set the hand if we don't have 3 club tricks. So since we need partner to have all those good cards, and since the lead has to come through the king a couple times, this is it's a situation that doesn't come up too often, but it's a good one to be aware of. Yeah, the queen of clubs is actually the card here. And you can see the queen of clubs, if declare covers with the king, partner cashes the jack 10. If declare ducks the queen, then we're still on lead, and we can lead through the king again to partner's ace jack. Now, as it turns out, the hand could go down if we let a club, declare played low, partner won the club, returned a spade to our king, and then we let another club through. But that's kind of opening us to the possibility that something's going to go wrong, whether partner doesn't see it that way or whatever. Yeah, this is sometimes in some of the old books they used to call this building a fence around partner. The queen of clubs, if partner has the hand we need him to have, if declare covers, partner's going to know what to do. Cash club tricks. If declare ducks, we just play another club. So we make it easier for partner not to go wrong by leading the queen of clubs. That happens sometimes, by the way, when let's say you're playing, you're defending no trump, and you know that partner has winners, and you have winners, but partner might not know what's going on, but you do because of your hand or the way things have been going on. What will happen sometimes is the hand on lead knows that, okay, all the rest of the tricks are ours, but partner doesn't know that, and the hand on lead keeps cashing winners, and partner's not sure what to discard. Whereas the safe thing to do, if you can see it and you can recognize it, is to play to partner's winners and let partner cash out, because you might know that declare doesn't have a dangerous card or whatever. But I kind of see this a lot, and I've been victimized by it, and I definitely have victimized partners by it. You just keep cashing your winners, figuring partner's going to save the right thing, and you're much safer giving partner the lead. And if you go again, if you know that that's going to work, the partner has winners. So once, now we're what, 6, 7, 8 sessions in. Now we know all kinds of great ways to defend. And so now one thing to keep in mind, next level, if you're not doing it already, is how can you make it easier on partner to know what's going on and prevent some of your mistakes your partners make can be prevented, not by partner, but by you and by me and by all of us. So it's another good thing to be conscious of. What are the odds of having the 10 of clubs when you cannot set it? It's probably about 50-50. But at imps, the 10 of clubs is going to make the difference between potentially setting the hand or not. So the risk reward favors going for it, even though they're not in game. It's the 30-point over trick versus changing plus 140 into minus 100 makes it worth playing for it. Yeah, we don't know the distribution of too many of the suits. I would say it's close to 50-50. Declare had 5 hearts, partner had 2, so partner probably has more clubs, which probably makes partner a slight favorite to hold the 10 of clubs. But yeah, kind of a toss-up, I think. Okay, thanks everybody. Good to be back. Have a great week.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. So we'll see you next week.
I will be here.
That's super. Thank you very much. And thanks for everybody for coming.
Thank you. All right, getting busy in clubs, need to hold. Well, so in this case, yeah, I think if declare has the 10, since the 9's in dummy, I think declare is going to have, we're still going to get 2 tricks and declare is going to get 1, whether we play clubs or they do, I think.
Okay, are there any other questions?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Let me clarify that. Yeah, what I meant by that, Blue Bayou. No, if we switch away from clubs, then club losers are definitely going to go away. What I meant to say was, declare is still going to get 1 club, and we're going to get 2 clubs, whether we play the queen or a small club, is what I meant to say. Yeah, we definitely have to play clubs if we're going to get our club tricks. But if declarer has the 10, it won't matter which club we play. Definitely those diamonds and dummies should be telling us get our club tricks now, or cash the king of spades and then get our club tricks. Okay, have a great week, everybody, and I will talk to you soon.
See you next week.